So, we come to the final competition of the 2016 Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival. It's been 7 days of national, international, pony, junior, senior show jumping, and it all culminates in this, the final Grand Prix. The technical rule is 238.2.2, and under FEI rules that means that those that jump clear and with inside the time allowed on equality of penalties will qualify for a subsequent jump off against the clock. As I say, they must clear the fences. There's also a time allowed. That time allowed is 74 seconds. For every commenced 4 seconds over that time allowed, the riders will receive one time penalty. A field of 53 to come forward in the Alexanders Horseboxes Grand Prix, and the rider who was second in the under-23 development programme at Olympia, the rider who's been part of 2 European Championship teams, sets the first of the field. The British rider, Abby Birchmore-Eames, the first to go with Willandry E, Great Britain. Twelve numbered obstacles, 15 efforts. One fence down gets us underway, and also a time penalty, 74.91. That time allowed is 74 seconds. It is 5 for the first combination, Abby Birchmore-Eames and Willandry E.
And now we move on to Matt Sampson, representing Great Britain on numerous times as a pony rider, and he joins us now with Diana Bartolini's Perfect Rouge 152. Is their number. A winner in the 1m45 Grand Prix just last week at the British Show Jumping National Championships. And he goes now for Great Britain, Matt Sampson, Perfect Rouge. 73.36, it's inside the time allowed, 73.36, and just the 4 jumping faults for Matt Sampson and Perfect Rouge.
So we look for the first clear in the Alexander Horseboxes Grand Prix. Third to go, third out of a field of 53, it's Tracy Newman. It is her own 9-year-old stallion. Derek Bolton's challenge, winner of the 140 at the Anglesey County Show, placed in the top 6 in the area trial at the Denbighshire and Flintshire Show. Third in the Alexander Horseboxes Grand Prix, Tracy Newman, challenge. We look for that first clear. Well, Tracy Newman came around the corner, pushed for that long distance, set between 9 and 10. It is set 3 fences down, 69, 65, no trouble with the time, but 12 tonight for Tracy.
Annabelle Shields is next to go with the horse that she rode to victory in the CSI 2-Star Grand Prix at Balmoral earlier in the summer. It is Carl Fuller and Robert Shields' horse, Wet, 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 number 31. Annabelle Shields goes next for Great Britain. This the Grade A gelding is by Mr. Blue.
Will she be the first clear? A total of 53 in this first round. That time allowed is 74 seconds. Wonderful combination getting underway now.
$70.81, it is just the 4 for Annabelle Shields. Questions asked every stride of the way around this track, and still no clears in the Alexanders Horseboxes Elite Grand Prix.
Absolutely, John. The riders just thinking about that distance from 9 to 10, which is on the long 4, and it's the one that they're having down the most so far, but we'll see what happens with the combination who've been jumping in Ibrishtorf in Mullingar in Ireland. It is the E2 show jumpers Camino VDL, Stacey Babes, Great Britain. So it's 8 for jumping and 1 for time, 75-60, first part of the combination, second part of the double there for Stacey Babes, Camino VDL.
And now it is the horse and rider pairing that rode to victory last year in the 7 and 8-year-old final at the CSI 5-Star International at Dublin. Back now as an 8-year-old, it's the Equi-Invest Show Jumping Limited's EIS Isora. David Quigley for Ireland. Well, 76.39, it's over the time allowed of 74 seconds. There's 8 jumping as well. David Quigley finishes on a total of 9 with EIS Isora.
Well, we look for the first clear. Can it be this man representing his country of India with big aspirations to go on to Olympic show jumping base with John Steels? 7th to go with Sean Mozed, Ajay Apachu. He rode brilliantly up into that. Come on, everybody. Ajay Apachu, India.
Seven have gone so far, no clears yet in the Alexanders Horseboxes Elite Grand Prix. But to Morgan Kent now, it's Morgan's own Dolores, 179, another 8-year-old in this competition. This a mare by Berlin, out of a mare by Voltaire. Winner of the Senior Fox Hunter second round at the Scottish Summer Extravaganza. They won the Horse of the Year Show Grade C qualifier at Nottingham County Show as well. Unbelievable form for this pair. Morgan Kent, Dolores, Great Britain. Well, 73.32. The back bar comes down off the triple bar. It's so wide, and it is fence 2 early on in the course as well, and it falls there. Morgan Kent and Dolores finish on the 4.
Certainly do, second fastest of the 4s. But we go to the young Irish rider who finished in the top 3 of the 4-star International Grand Prix at Bullsworth, won the first international competition, first ranking class here at Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival with Cartown Danger Mouse, Paul Kennedy, Ireland. That's a real pity about Paul. The front bar off that Oxer at number 9, that's a popular fence they're having down 71.54, and Paul Kennedy from Ireland, Cartown Danger Mouse, it's 4.
Now, the form this young man showed a little earlier on this evening, you wouldn't bet against him jumping a clear in the Alexanders Horseboxes Elite Grand Prix. He rode to victory in the Amateur Grand Prix just a moment ago. It is Jess Dimmock's Tinker's Tyson, Morgan Carpenter in the saddle. It's a 13-year-old Grade A gelding, this one by Croft, Tinker's lad. It is Tinker's Tyson, Morgan Carpenter for Great Britain.
Jumped his heart out earlier. Let's see what happens in the Alexanders Horseboxes Grand Prix. Final fence as well there.
Well, 12 for jumping, there's 1 for time, so it is 13 there for Morgan Carpenter and Tinker's Tyson.
Certainly is. Another 43 to go in the first round. It is 10 clears, 10 jumped, and we're looking for the first clear. 43 to go. Angelique von Essen now. Angelique von Essen from Sweden, based here in the UK with one man. Angelique, who rode a wonderful round in the Longines Royal International Grand Prix of Dublin, into 5th place there. One man and Angelique von Essen, Sweden. Oh, the whole way round. That final fence for jumping 75.69 was going to be over the time she was. She has a time penalty 5 there for Angelique Von Essen, which means we still look for the first clear in the Alexander Horseboxes Grand Prix.
To 2:02 now. It is a combination placed in numerous area trials in the latter stages of the summer. They took 5th in the area trial at Bicton Arena. They were 3rd just a month ago in the area trial at Addington Manor Equestrian Centre. She represents Great Britain. It is Yasmin Davis, and Alison Davis is Sylvester II, 2:02. I thought she had it then, but the middle part of the combination down 71.59. What a good effort. I think that deserves another round of applause. Just the 4 for Yasmin Davis and Sylvester II.
Was a very good try for Yasmin, the middle part of that combination, as you say, John. And now we go to the 13th combination, placed in ranking classes at the British Masters, placed in the top 6 in the 2-star Grand Prix at Bullsworth with Ian Kellett's Venus the Third by Hopbreaker, Rebecca Marsh, Great Britain. A real pity about 9. She came in with a plan, took the turn back to fence number 7, but it was that fence number 9. The front rail came down there. 4 penalties today, Rebecca Marsh and Venus, but the clears will come.
Could the first one go the way of Joe Davison? Father Richard, so successful at the dressage world, represented Britain numerous times there, but now it's Joe Davison. He's in the saddle. Calimero Van Roth is the horse. Picked up some money in the CSI 4-star International at Windsor and placed at the Bullsworth 4-star International as well. Calimero Van Roth, Joe Davison, Great Britain. Yes, 70.37. Eamon, you said we'd get a clear, and there we have it. Our first clear, Joe Davison, Calamiro, Vans Roth.
There's more to come, John. More to come in the Alexander Horses Grand Prix. Well done, Joe Davidson. Now let's see what will happen with James Whittaker. Had great form in the Spanish Sunshine Tour in Vejer de la Frontera earlier this season. Jumped in world ranking classes here. This a world ranking class itself tonight. It is Sentimento JX, Sarah Sultan's horse, and James Whittaker. I think he rode so well. He comes down, Sarah Billington, Sentimento JX. They leave us on 8.
And we're still on the one clear. Joe Davison was clear earlier on. And now to James Smith we go with his own and Danielle Greer's Tyson Uno. 64 is their number. Took a top 3 placing at the Full-Star International at Liverpool at the turn of the new year. Placed internationally as one of the 2 stars at Mias and Balmoral as well. And next to go for Great Britain, it's James Smith, Tyson Uno. Well, 74.26, there is a time fault there, and we add that to the 4 jumping as the middle part of the combination falls. It's a total of 5 for James Smith and Tyson Uno, and still 1 clear. Joe Davison is short of his progression through to that second round.
Yeah, the middle of the combination there for James Smith. It is that single clear from Joe Davidson and Calimero Van Roth, that wonderful horse. Now it's Jamie Gunnar, Jamie and Nick Moblin's Unistop, placed in the lineup in the 2-star Grand Prix Kiso towards the back end of last season. Went to Holland, went to Italy, competed internationally there this year. Unistop and Jamie Gunnar. Finishes there with eight penalties for Jamie Gonald. Uni stops 72.60 after jumping 17 horses. It's still one clear in the Alexander Horseboxes Grand Prix.
It is indeed, but Joe Clayton is our next to go. He rides for Sarah Billington with Conman JX, horse originally produced by Jeff Billington. Joe Clayton in the saddle now, placed road to victory, in fact, in the international trial at Suffolk County Show in June of this year. Went very well consistently in the top few placings out in Lumen as well. And we have a jump off. Joe Clayton goes through to round two. He's clear all the way. Plenty of questions asked around this course, and Joe Clayton answers each and every one of them. Through to that jump off for Conman JX.
Wonderful round from Joe. And Conman JX makes it 2 on equality of penalties with 0. Now to Graham Lovegrove. Graham, who was part of the Nations Cup team in Portugal last year, placed in the world ranking class at that lovely Irish show at Mill Street recently, with Michael Saywell's Centre Love, Graham Lovegrove. It is 3 fences that comes down for Graham Lovegrove and Santo Love. 70.03. It's 12 in the first round of the Alexander Horseboxes Grand Prix. Still 33 to go, and it's 2 clear.
But now to the combination that rode to victory in the Queen's Cup at the Royal International Horse Show last year. They also took the honours in the under-23s at Olympia. It is Chloe Winchester. She rides for Great Britain with a horse owned by Gillian Winchester of Arca Valkyrie. Chloe Winchester. Yep, she's good for time as well, 71.87. All the fences left standing, and Chloe Winchester, we'll see her in that jump off. We're up to 3 now, 20 have gone so far.
Certainly have. €30,000, the prize fund from the title sponsors, Alexander Horseboxes. Thank you to Bob Young and his team. It is now the young man based in Scotland. The team at the Babe Sport Horses has won many national titles in this arena in years before now, with Eva Lawson's challenger, Graham Babes, Great Britain. Young rider from Scotland has set 3 down and also has a time fault there, 74.56. It is 13 for Graham Babes, Eva Lawson's challenger, and it is 3 clears.
And this is Darian the second. It's an 8-year-old Grade B now. Nicola Barry owns and rides the horse, a horse she's produced over the past 4 years from British novice level. It is now an 8-year-old. It's a mare by Verdi with Lorino on the dam side. It's Darian the second, Nicola Barry for Great Britain.
I wonder how many clears there will be. 3 so far, 31 to go.
Well, 8 for jumping, 74.31, the time allowed of 74 seconds exceeded. It is a total of 9 there for Nicola Barry. She'll be pleased with that, though. Produced the horse from British novice level.
Yes, it is 3 so far. Joe Davidson, Joe Clayton, and it is Chloe Winchester through to battle it out for their share, 33% of €30,000. It is Jeff Billington now, the man who represented Great Britain at 2 Olympic Games in years gone by, Atlanta and Sydney. Jeff Billington and his own ELO. Jeff, not tonight. Not tonight, first number 10 down, the former Olympian, 71.36. It's 4 for him on his own ELO.
So now to another British rider, it is Louise Saywell. Billy Toomey owns this horse. Dazzler 309 is their number. A combination that recently took some money in the 4-star international out in La Coruña in Spain. It's an 8-year-old grade B gelding by Douglas out of a mare by Cassini. It is Louise Saywell for Great Britain, the Dazzler. (74.36), just over the time allowed. There's one time fault, and of course fence 11 falling, so 4 jumping, 5 there for Louise Saywell and Dazzler. We stay on 3.
We do, John. We stay on 3. It is 28 to go. First one to have that fence 11 there, but now to a combination who rode to the top 6 place in a Grand Prix in the 1-star show of Hardeno in France. By Billy Mexico, the mare by Cavalier Royale. Millie on air, Cindy Hilton's horse, Emily Hilton. Final 2 elements comes down. So it's 16.75.95. Produces a time penalty there, 17 for Emily Hilton and Millie Honor.
Now, if ever there was a combination in good form, it's this pairing. They rode to victory in the Stallion and Mares competition at the Addington Manor British Young Horse Championships last week, and last night they really stole the show. They rode to victory in that international accumulator as well. It is Menel Watson, it's the Eurosport horses Whisper in the Wind. They go next for Great Britain.
Could it be a wonderful night for Menel? Could he produce another clear? Could he be the 4th in the Alexander Horseboxes Grand Prix? Those safely through so far: Joe Davidson, Calimero Van Roth, Joe Clayton, Conman JX, and Chloe Winchester and Avulka Valkyrie, the 3 that are through for sure to battle it out for their share of €30,000. The principal sponsors of this Grand Prix, Alexander Horseboxes. 27 left to go.
Well, 4 for jumping, 74.29. The time allowed exceeded as well. There's one time. It is 5 for Menel Watson and Whisper in the Wind.
There's definitely a couple more clears to come in the first round. Rafael Suarez, he's the international course designer tonight, assisted by his team. But we turn our attention, it is the British riders that we stay with, the David Hopkinson Limited's Temple Mobber and Sally Hopkinson. Jumped in the Sunshine Tour earlier in the year, getting set up for the season, 4th in the 140 at the Lincolnshire Agricultural Show. Yep, Sally Hopkinson, the David Hopkinson Limited's Temple Marble retires from the Alexander Horseboxes Grand Prix. Scores so far, just over 10% jumping clear. It is 3 out of 27, but we've passed the halfway mark, John.
We have 3 clear to date. But Jonathan Dixon is next to go with a new ride for him. It's a horse owned by David Dixon. It's Continuo. Been together just for the past 2 months, but went well out in Roosendaal in the 2-star international competitions there. Picked up some money, took 5th in one of their two-round competitions. Jonathan Dixon, Continuo, Great Britain. 73.16 inside the time, so it is 8 jumping faults for Jonathan Dixon and Contino.
A young man now who's had good form this year. Rode to second place in April in Chepstow, went out to Europe and competed for a little while. Came back to Bullsworth, won the 2-star Grand Prix there. 12-year-old Irish horse, Touch of Chile, the British rider Theo Simpson. No, not tonight. He's already won 2-star Grand Prix this year, but it's not to be tonight for Theo Simpson and David Simpson's Touch of Chile.
To Chelsea Skelton we go now, another of the British riders in this Alexanders Horseboxes Elite Grand Prix. She rides for Janet Elvin with Caramba, 36 is the number. Numerous top 3 placings, both nationally and internationally. To win the National 1m40 Open at Arena UK at the end of July. Took 3rd in the big class at the British Show Jumping National Championships just over a week ago. It is Chelsea Skelton, Caramba, Great Britain. Well, hard lines there for Chelsea Skelton, just not to be, unfortunately. Elimination there for Caramba.
So let's see if the winner from one of the CSI classes in the outdoor arena will provide the 4th clear in the Alexander Horseboxes Grand Prix tonight. 3 through so far to jump off. With Heather Lawson's Anytime the Second, Adrian Whiteway, Great Britain. Just fence number 9. Fence number 9 there for Adrian 71.36. That's his time in the Alexander Horseboxes Grand Prix.
31 gone, about 20 left to jump, and still just those 3 clears progressing through to our jump off against the clock in the Alexanders Horseboxes Elite Grand Prix.
There's more to come though, John. 3 so far. 3 so far. 1 Irish rider, 1 from the USA. Also to come in this 2-star international show jumping class.
But now it's to the rider who was crowned the national 1m30 champion just over a week ago. It is Rhys Oliver. He rides for Great Britain with the Ulven families, Erlen Moore Aldi, 97. Rhys Oliver. Well, glad to see him up to his feet. Unfortunately not to be there. Elimination, I'm afraid, for Rhys Oliver. But again, back up to his feet to leave the arena. Pops back on the horse, in fact.
Well, as you said, John, he had fantastic form last week at our British Show Jumping National Championships, where he was crowned the 130 champion. There's more to come from that combination, believe you me. 3 clears, 3 Joe Davidson, Joe Clayton and Chloe Winchester and Volker Valkyrie. They're safely through to the jump off tonight of this, the Alexander Horseboxes Scope Festival. A combination now who took 4th place in that brilliant accumulator class here yesterday evening. With Marie Jones's Cowboy, the next up for Great Britain, Liam Fitzgerald. He hasn't touched the fence. It is 4 for the refusal. 92.67, 5 for time for Liam Fitzgerald and Cowboy. More to come from that combination. Recently have started in CSI international classes. Tonight, it's 9.
It's Holly Smith next to go, though. A super team of young horses she has at this moment in time. She rode to a first and second place in the Winter Grade C final held at the Bolesworth International earlier on this year. And this the horse that finished second in the area trial at Denbighshire and Flintshire show. But it is just a 7-year-old. It is Holly Smith's own Elor. She rides for Great Britain. It's Holly Smith. .70.92 in the middle part of the combination, falling there for Holly Smith. Just 7 years old, though, the horse at Law, and they finish on 4 faults.
Good effort from a 7-year-old Holly Smith, who's had wonderful form this year, but it is still 3 with less than 20 to go here in the Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival Grand Prix. Now the young lady, she jumped a double clear in the second individual and team competition at the European Junior Championships in Mill Street in Ireland this year. Leonie Aikenhead, Leonie and Mr. and Mrs. Aikenhead's Clane K. Absolutely fantastic round. Look at the smile on her face. 70-77, the 18-year-old rider Leonie Aikenhead gives us clear round number 4.
And now we look to Louise Whitaker. She's won this Grand Prix at the Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival before. She won it 4 years ago with Dazzler. We saw Dazzler a little earlier, and Dazzler a little earlier in that Amateur Grand Prix now with Eleanor Hall-McAteer. Louise Whitaker rides Dietmar Ackermann's Ruby the 8th. It's a horse that finished 3rd in the Winter B and C final at the Royal International Horse Show. Now in Grade A, it's Ruby the 8th. Louise Whitaker, Great Britain.
Louise, no stranger to winning the Grand Prix here, won, 5 years ago?
Well, 12 for jumping, 93.96 the time, so 5 time as well, 17 in total.
Yeah, we stay on 4. 4 clears, it is 17 left to go in round number 1 of the Alexander Horseboxes Grand Prix. Those clears, Joe Davidson, Joe Clayton, and Chloe Winchester, and recently Leonie Aikenhead safely through. Laura Whiteway now, Laura who recently back from Dinard in the 2 stock classes there with this chestnut mare VDL Group Alita, Laura Whiteway. Fence number 11 comes down, and also a little touch of time there for Laura Whiteway, 74.355 as a result there for VDL Group Alita.
1-2-1 goes now. It's a 10-year-old Grade C gelding. It's by Air Jordan. It is Air Travel. In the saddle, it's James Davenport. He rides the horse for Stephen Davenport. There you go next. Placed quite recently out in Knocker in Belgium. And they're 2-star international competitions. James Davenport goes now for Great Britain, Air Travel.
4 clears and 15 to go in the Alexander Horseboxes Grand Prix.
Well, 80.12, there's 2 time faults there. We add that to the 12 jumping, and it gives James Davenport and Air Travel a total of 14 in round 1 of the Alexanders Horseboxes Elite Grand Prix. 38 have jumped, and we still have 4 clears.
We're going to get another couple. We will for sure. It's James Johnson now. James, the 20-year-old British rider, 26-year-old British rider with body and clogs. Jushini van der Soethoeven, James Johnson, Great Britain. Really, really right to it, doesn't he? But is over the time allowed, 75.10. The horse gets up and he's done a good job tonight. Unfortunately, does pick up a time fault there, precludes them from the jump off, and we stay on 4 clears.
That one time fault might be important when we come down to the results at the end of competition. To Christy Pritchard now, she's come so close this week, hasn't quite had the luck. Could that luck come good now in the Alexanders Horseboxes Elite Grand Prix? Could she give us our 5th clear with Wendy Horcroft's Bolton Gate Ben? Christy Pritchard, Great Britain. Four for jumping, 1 from the clock as well, 5 there for Christy Pritchard and Bolton Gate Ben. We've got 13 to go, we've jumped 40 and still on 4 clears.
We certainly are, and now we turn our attention to that wonderful little horse, Wellington M. It's done so much for Kerry this year. The recent results placed in the international classes here, 3rd in the area trial just 15 days ago at the Shrewsbury Flower Show. Kerry Brennan, Wellington M. Lovely, lovely, look at that. Well, he gets a big pat. 69.50, Wellington M and Kerry Brennan. They will feature as the 5th to go in our jump off here tonight. It's 5, John.
It is indeed. Kerry Brennan rounds it up to 5, and you watch those in our jump off against the clock. Now George Whittaker, he rides Michael Whittaker's Ballyboo. This horse finished in 2nd in the Speed Horse of the Year at Horse of the Year show last October with William Whittaker, who hands the reins to George now, recently placed in the 2-star Grand Prix at Bolesworth. He goes next. George Whittaker, Ballyboo for Great Britain.
George, who was based with the team at Joslandsig Stables in Belgium for a little while, but now very much so based back here in the UK.
69.02, the triple bar falling there, and then a late offence as well. It is 8 faults for George Whittaker and Ballybu. That triple bar coming so early in the course. It's 8 for George Whittaker.
Well, we do have five to battle it out for the Alexander Horseboxes Scope Grand Prix title for 2016. It's another one of the young riders now. It is the young rider who's been part of 5 European Championship teams. Recently took the bronze medal in the teams in Mill Street in Ireland. Will it be the 6th clear? With Anne Bedford's Remy Cavalieri, Emily Ward, Great Britain. Jumping left, so 72.15 for the bronze medalist from the European Championships this year, Emily Ward. It's 12.
And we have 10 combinations left to go, 5 clear rounds to date in the Alexanders Horseboxes Elite Grand Prix. But now to Sharon Quigley, she rides for Charles Britton with a Dermy 52. It is the combination that just over a week ago rode to victory in the area trial at Denbighshire and Flintshire. They're in good form. And they go next. It's an 11-year-old Dutch-bred gelding, this one, a Dermy 52. Sharon Quigley for Great Britain.
10 to go, 5 clears, that's just over 11%. The prize fund here tonight, €30,000. 33% of that, just under 10,000, goes to the winner.
Yep, it is clear. We take a look at the clock, it's clear there as well. So Sharon Quigley goes through to that jump off and gives us our 6th clear round. Clear for Sharon Quigley and a Dermy 52 in flying form at the moment.
Absolutely. Charles Britton and Linda and the team, they'll be watching at home tonight on the live stream. Now another one for Great Britain. Mark Haynes' Art du Sens. They were in the top 3 in the senior 150 at the Longines Royal International Horse Show down at Hickstead, recent winners of the 145 at the Pembrokeshire Agricultural Show. Emma Slater, Art du Sens, Great Britain. Yes, there we go. Lucky round number 7. Art Dusons gets a big pat because they've jumped through to the jump off clear. Round number 7, and we come to the final 7.
7 clear, 1 on a time fault as well in round 1 of this, the Alexanders Horseboxes Elite Grand Prix. Helen Treadwell goes next, and what a fantastic week she had at the British Show Jumping National Championship. She topped the International Stairway Series, and she goes next with Alan Treadwell's Lark Song for Great Britain. It is Helen Treadwell.
This horse has been jumping really well for Helen. 7 clears. 7 after this to go. .71.48 inside the time. The fence is left standing, and Helen Treadwell goes through to the jump off with Lark Song. 8 clear to date. HK Horses have one of them. Absolutely, it is going to be a wonderful jump off, and this a wonderful horse won the 2-star Grand Prix at the British Masters at the Southview International, went on to compete at the Discover Ireland 5-star Dublin Horse Show this year. Richard Howley, Mr. and Mrs. Aikenheads, and the HK Horses, Chinook, Richard Howley, Ireland. Oh, Richard, back rail off that middle part of the combination. Richard Howley, Mr. and Mrs. Aikenheads, the HK Horses, Chinook, lovely horse, 70.58, but one down in the first round here tonight.
So back to the British riders now. It is Alfie Bradstock who jumps next. It is a relatively new combination at this level, been competing together since the turn of the new year. Took 4th in the B&C final at the Royal International Horse Show, won the 1m50 at the Hickstead Derby meeting as well. They've hit it off fairly quickly. Alfie Bradstock, Pauline Kirkham and Pauline Harris's Disco Boy DN, number 165 for Great Britain. 72.45, an 8-fault set for Alfie Bradstock and Disco Boy DN. 8 faults here today, but keep an eye on that combination. Definitely wants to watch for the future. So much more to come from them.
Yes, absolutely. And we go to a rider now. She's had a very busy show here at the Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival. Has been competing 12 horses. She is a lovely rider. She is the jockey for Bob Young and his team at the Townhead Stud. Has had a wonderful year with this horse. Recently placed in the ranking classes in that lovely Belgium show with Knocker, Emma Stoker and the Townhead Studs, Townhead Tallulah the 5th. Yes, she's through. She's through and the time's okay. Townhead Tallulah the 5th, Bob Young's on his feet and Emma Stoker makes it 9.
And we turn our attention to our next horse. It's an 8-year-old Grade A stallion. It's Utrilo de Brev. It's by Loxley de Brev, out of a mare by Hand in Glove. Been ridden lately by Laura Rennick. Went well out in Valkenswaard and then on to Mill Street. But now in the saddle it is Tim Page, Utrilo de Brev, Great Britain.
I think this is a wonderful course designed by Rafael Suarez, assisted by his team here at the Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival. 4 to go, including this one, 9 clears. The jump off will be great.
$72.55. It's a total of 12 for Tim Page and Utrilo de Brev. The fence is falling there.
We come to the final 3. 1 for the USA, 2 for Great Britain. Julie Wells, Donald Winnick and Lance Whitehouse. And it's a combination who rides for the team at the Autumncote Stud, Laura Kraut and Nick Skelton, our individual Olympic gold medal winner this year. 3rd from last to go in round number 1 of the Alexanders Horseboxes Grand Prix. With Mira the 8th, Julie Wells, the USA. Nine clears. 3 to go. Leaves them up, let's check the clock, it's fine. 72.46, so it is an even 10, and the USA's Julie Wells will feature in the jump-off.
Now to a combination who were placed in the Grade C's qualifiers at the early stages of the summer, progressing up through the ranks to the international stage. Now it is Donald Whitaker, it's Anne Bedford's British-bred Billy Z. It's an 8-year-old Grade B now by Begraf with Lux on the dam side. And again, British-bred, those British-bred horses doing so well here in the young horse classes at the Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival 2016. Donald Whitaker, Billy Z, Great Britain.
This is a good horse. 10 clears. Could well be the 11th.
Well, 8 jumping faults, a touch of time as well, 9 in total there, 76.90 the time for Donald Whitaker and Billy Z.
It is 9. Will it be 11 clears in the Alexander Horseboxes CSI 2-Star Grand Prix? Let's find out. The combination had a great year last year, won the Grand Prix at Kiso, went on to be placed in the National Championship, and has started out with a reasonable season in 2016. Last to go with his and Francesca Whitehouse's Vic II, Lance Whitehouse, Great Britain. Yes, he's done it. He's done it, Lance Whitehouse. He's clear, 69.51, middle element of the fence. It's not the top plane. It's not counted. 1 through more. So we finish round number 1 with 11. Lance Whitehouse, Vic II. John, it's 11 out of 53. Let's take a look.